give your attention to this musical presentation, which announces the entrance of the class of 2026.
Good afternoon. You can say good afternoon. It's a great afternoon. I'm Joan Farini-Mundy, the president of the University of Maine and the University of Maine at Machias, and vice chancellor of the University of Maine System for Research and Innovation. Welcome to the 224th commencement for the University of Maine. Please stand if you are able as the cadets from the University of Maine Army ROTC Black Bear Battalion present the colors, and graduating UMaine music education major Curtis Morgan of Kennebunk, Maine performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Please be seated. As we celebrate each graduate today, we kindly ask that you remain until the conclusion of the ceremony. Each student has worked hard to reach this moment, and we want to treasure it. Thank you for being respectful and helping us make this a meaningful and memorable occasion for everyone. The University of Maine recognizes that it is located on Marsh Island in the homeland of the Penobscot Nation, where issues of water and territorial rights and encroachment upon sacred sites are ongoing. Penobscot homeland is connected to the other Wabanaki tribal nations, the Passamaquoddy, Maliseet, and Micmac,
through kinship, alliances, and diplomacy. The university also recognizes that the Penobscot Nation and the other Wabanaki tribal nations are distinct, sovereign, legal, and political entities with their own powers of self-governance and self-determination. Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to the members of the University of Maine class of 2026. I'm happy to welcome you back home this year in the Alfond Arena, newly renovated thanks to generous support from the Harold Alfond Foundation and many, many donors. Isn't it beautiful? To parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, partners, friends, and children, whether you are with us in Orono today, watching from afar, or simply present in the thoughts and hearts of our graduates, thank you. With your support, your sacrifice, and your encouragement, as well as your belief in these students who will be alumni in just a couple of hours, they have made it. Graduates, let's thank all of your supporters. Send them a thank you text with a selfie, it says here. Thank your supporters. Now let's turn our attention to the graduates, the class of 2026. Today is a celebration of your achievements and the chance to wish you well as you move on to new beginnings or continue with your ongoing journey. Today is the culmination of years of learning new things, working hard, and having fun, so take a moment to look back and appreciate all you have accomplished and how becoming a Black Bear has changed you. Congratulations, you've made it. Some of you have been coming here to watch Black Bear athletics since you were babies, and it was a given that you would come to the University of Maine. Others found their path to this great land, sea, and space grant R1 university in other ways. And 45 students are here from 20 different countries. I am grateful to our international community for what you bring to the University of Maine. Let's recognize our international community. No matter what brought you here, thank you for choosing UMaine. Think back to your first day here. You were probably looking forward to meeting new friends, but maybe worried about being away from family, and in some cases, family at a long distance away. Wondering if you had the right major, excited about pushing yourself, but not sure about how to balance work, family, a social life, or being in a classroom after a few years away, or managing learning online. Would you be able to manage your full-time job and be a student, or fit in all the requirements? How would you get hockey tickets? You worked your way through all of these challenges, and it seems like a long time ago. Post-COVID in 2022, we restarted Candy Cab golf cart rides on the first day of classes, and I met some of you then. Congratulations to those of you, which I think might have been all of you, who knew the name of our mascot, Bananas T. Bear. Good job. A lot has happened in your time here. We were first designated an R1 university in 2022 as you were choosing a college, and that designation was reaffirmed this academic year as you are graduating. Our BioHome 3D was printed during your first semester. Phil and Sue Morse made a stunning $10 million donation to athletics. The Furlan building was brand new. GEM was started and will be finished soon. You have been here to be a part of these celebrations and historic UMaine milestones. Some of you are about to launch a career that is a culmination of years of education and planning, something you envisioned yourself doing in the 4th grade. Some of you may be finding yourselves on a path that is not what you originally expected when you got here, but one that promises to be an exciting challenge. And some of you are still recovering from your last round of projects and final exams, which I'm sure went well, and are still contemplating your future prospects. I want to assure you that it is okay to be uncertain about your future. Don't let that uncertainty stop you from taking risks and reaching out in new directions.
Trust the people around you who will help open doors, connect you to opportunities, and believe in your potential. At UMaine, you have learned from and with our world-class faculty, professors, and researchers. Don't let your connections with your faculty end with graduation. Our accomplished faculty in this learner-centered R1 university can remain a lifelong source of guidance, collaboration, and inspiration wherever you go. I think it means as much to them to watch your path as it will mean to you to have their mentorship. This class has shaped this university, and I am inspired by the spirit of innovation, collaboration, and creativity that you carry with you, and that we all have had the privilege to witness during your time at UMaine. We have seen it in Eddie Nakami, a graduating senior at UMaine's Honors College and ELH from North Andover, Massachusetts, who turned a class paper into a national policy map that tracked PFAS legislation across the U.S. And in Hannah Maker, a senior nursing student from Machiasport, who supported the faculty-led Down East Population Health Initiative to help reduce isolation and the stress that comes from poverty and food insecurity. And in Wyatt Fessler, a biomedical engineering student who led the development of low-cost, mass-manufacturable micro-droplet generators. The work that Eddie, Hannah, Wyatt, and all of you have done here, along with the contributions of so many others, will have an effect on our world. Your education at the University of Maine has given you a strong foundation, but this is the beginning. What you build next is up to you, and those who are and will become your fans, supporters, mentors, and even, yes, your critics. Keep learning, keep growing, and stay open to new ideas and experiences. Try to find meaning in what you do and take some chances. The future can be more just, more equitable, more innovative, more safe, and more compassionate with intention. It becomes better only when people like you, people who care, people who have worked hard here at UMaine to learn and grow and have knowledge and capability, people who can see both problems and possibilities when you choose to act and you're capable of making those changes. One of the things that struck me this week was hearing advice on social media from some of our outstanding graduating seniors. The advice was to future Black Bears who are getting ready to enter the University of Maine. Great job, Sarah, Chantel, Jasper, Hamida, Ruth, and Zoe. It's great advice for the beginning of college, and it's great advice for the beginning that Commencement also represents. You can see it on TikTok. Here is some of what they said. Say yes to new experiences. Take every opportunity that comes your way. Stack small wins every day. Be curious and ask for help when you need it. Take every opportunity to learn and grow. Take action on the things you care about. It goes by really fast, so make sure to enjoy every moment. Graduates, wherever life takes you next, take your Black Bear roots with you. This is the college of our hearts, and we look forward to welcoming you back whenever you're ready, always. Congratulations, University of Maine, class of 2026. Next, I'd like to take a moment to introduce the members of the stage party. Please hold your applause until all of them stand or wave. Henry Akono, Faculty Senate President and Associate Professor of Accounting. Jenny Boyden, Interim Vice President for Finance and Administration and Chief Business Officer. Excuse me. Giovanna Guidoboni, Dean of the Maine College of Engineering and Computing and Interim Vice President for Research. They are standing, right? Okay. Checking. Emily Haddad, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Hannah Hudson, University of Maine Board of Visitors Vice Chair. Isabel Irani, Co-Salutatorian. Roger Cates, University of Maine System Board of Trustees Representative. Jude Killey, Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ezekiel Kimball, Dean of the College of Education and Human Development. Mohammed Musavi, 2026 Distinguished Maine Professor, Senior Associate Dean of the Maine College of Engineering and Computing, and Electrical Engineering Professor. Andriy
Obertas, co-salutatorian. Gabriel Paquette, Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost. Timothy Simons, Commencement Speaker and 2001 graduate. Keegan Tripp, Student Government President. Nate Wilds, University of Maine Alumni Association Board of Directors Chair. And Ellen Weinauer, Dean of the Honors College. My sincere thanks to all of you for participating in today's ceremony. Thank you. Faculty, staff, and administrators at the University of Maine are highly accomplished in their fields. They have shared their time, their ideas, their knowledge, and their encouragement to help you succeed. So I want to offer my special thanks to the faculty, the heart of the university. Graduates, how about a round of applause for your supporters at the University of Maine? Every year, the university celebrates the accomplishments of our inspiring faculty and staff through several awards. The University of Maine names presidential award winners in 5 categories, reflecting outstanding achievements in teaching, research, public engagement, innovation, and impact on our UMaine community. Reading these nomination materials has been inspiring, and it shows the talent, dedication, and compassion of our faculty and staff. This year's recipients, and I ask them to stand if they are here, Jay Wason, Presidential Outstanding Teaching Award. Mehdi Tajvidi, Presidential Research and Creative Achievement Award. Darren Ranko, Presidential Public Engagement Achievement Award. William Davids, Presidential Innovation Award. And Melissa Leidenheim, Black Bear Award for Extraordinary Impact. Let's applaud this extraordinary group. The profiles for these individuals are in the digital program. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize University of Maine Professor Emeritus Robert Stenick, who was recently elected to the National Academy of Sciences, one of the highest honors in American science. Faculty, I know the graduates appreciate your presence here today. I'd like to thank you because you've met those students where they were and you gave your all in helping to support their learning. Faculty, we are grateful for what you've done for this class and to ensure that we make fostering learner success our top priority in our learner-centered R1 University. Let's one more time ask our faculty to stand so that we can recognize your contributions. Thank you. I now invite Nate Wilds, Chair of the University of Maine Alumni Association Board of Directors, to the podium.
'26, how we doing? Yeah. All right, we're gonna come to something fun here in a second. Thank you, Madam President. I'm grateful for the opportunity to join you all today. My name is Nate Wilds. I'm the class of 2012. That's 2012. That was a little while ago. Graduates, you will now join the ranks of, anybody know? Shout it out if you know how many alumnus are out there. 60? Are you kidding me? Call it 110,000 people living around the world who proudly call themselves alumni of the University of Maine. As board chair of the University of Maine Alumni Association, it is my honor and privilege to represent all UMaine alumni and congratulating you today. We are all Black Bears for life. In addition to today's graduates, many in the audience are also UMaine alumni, and I would like to invite our family, friends, faculty, and distinguished guests who are alumni of the university to stand and be recognized while I take a video of this amazing feat. Please stand in the audience if you are a UMaine alum. Let's go. Stand it up. All right, there she is. Spectacular. Thank you. We are honored by the presence of all of you here to support the graduates, especially those who used to call the University of Maine home and not used to. It is always your home. Welcome back. For today's graduates, your time as a UMaine student has come to a close, as a student. But I'm here to remind you that the UMaine Alumni Association exists to inspire your lifelong connection, passion, and engagement with the college of our hearts always. We invite you to follow the Alumni Association on social media and frequent updates. et cetera. On your way out today, there's also a couple of tables. We've got a gift for you, a number of gifts for you, so be sure to look for that tent on your way out of the building. We hope to see you back on campus this fall for homecoming on October 23rd and 24th, and at all other alumni events throughout the year, which occur across the country. So no matter where you're headed after this, we will find you. Congratulations and welcome to the ranks of proud UMaine alumni worldwide. Since 1963, the University of Maine Alumni Association has annually honored a member of the University of Maine faculty as our Distinguished Maine Professor. This is the university's most prestigious faculty honor and recognizes a faculty member who exemplifies the highest qualities of teaching, research, and public service. It is a distinct honor to introduce a visionary who has shaped the very fabric of Maine engineering for over 4 decades. After earning his PhD from the University of Michigan, Dr. Mohammad Mousavi joined the UMaine faculty, where he pioneered groundbreaking laboratories in robotics and intelligent systems. A prolific researcher, his work in neural networks has spearheaded over 50 projects, totaling nearly $13 million in funding. Yet, and you will hear this from him directly, his greatest legacy is indeed his students. Dr. Mousavi has mentored generations of graduates. He doesn't look that old to me, but it says generations, so I'll believe it, who now lead global industries and academic institutions. Through his tireless advocacy, he has built a seamless pathway from early education to workforce development, ensuring Maine remains a leader in innovation. Please join me in welcoming our 2026 Distinguished Maine Professor, Dr. Mohammad Mousavi, to the podium.
No pressure. Good afternoon, President Freeney-Mundy, members of the university leadership, the chair of the Alumni Association, Board of Directors, distinguished guests, faculty colleagues, families and friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026. Thank you for inviting me to share this moment with you. Graduates, you did it. You survived the late nights, the Maine winters, and the impossible deadlines. Congratulations, class of 2026. Take a moment and look around you, the friends, the classmates, the people who shared this journey with you. You made it. Now let me ask you something. How many of you came to UMaine with a clear plan for your future? And how many of you are graduating with a completely different plan? That's exactly how it's supposed to work. Let me share a brief history from my own journey. When I finished my undergraduate degree in Iran and came to the United States to study electrical engineering at the University of Michigan, I felt what many of you feel today: excitement and uncertainty. A new country, a new culture, cold winters, and many unknowns ahead. It was the start of Christmas break. The 40,000 student campus in Ann Arbor was a ghost town, with blowing snow and bone-chilling cold. My meals were peanut butter and potatoes, until I finally got my first Big Mac after 3 weeks. I arrived here at UMaine as a young professor. I thought I knew my path. I began teaching and writing research proposals. For 2 years, every single one of them was rejected. None were funded. I did not just feel stuck. I began to question my path. And if you are feeling that uncertainty today, you are not alone. I felt it too. But that uncertainty turned to be a gift. It pushed me to leave the safe path. And explore something new, robotics. It was not widely taught. We did not have the internet, the cloud, and a smartphone. Our computers were far less powerful than what you carry in your pocket today. We had to build everything from scratch. It was clunky, it was slow, and it broke often. But our philosophy was, you learn best by doing. Soon, many students were building robots from scratch, wiring them and programming them, and trying to figure out why everything stopped working 5 minutes before demonstration. But we quickly realized something. Our robots could move, but they could not see. So we began working on computer vision. Eventually, one of our students built an autonomous chess-playing robot, the first in the nation. It was appeared on national television. Then came the turning point. At 30,000 feet on a flight in the late 80s, I opened a journal and read about an idea that felt like a science fiction: neural networks. The idea that instead of telling computers exactly what to do, we could train them to learn from data. That was the moment I knew the world was about to change. So right here at UMaine, together with our students, we began exploring these ideas long before AI became part of everybody's life. We were the first in Maine and among only a small number of universities in the nation teaching and experiencing with neural networks. Those students were ahead of their time. Perhaps next generation of pioneers is sitting right here among you. And those experiments 4 decades ago became part of the foundation of the AI revolution, not transforming our world. Why am I telling you this? Because many years ago, I was sitting where you are today. My life did not follow a straight line, and yours will not either. Today, I stand before you as the Maine Distinguished Professor. What a contrast from peanut butter and potatoes. I believe every one of you has the potential to succeed and excel. But success does not happen by accident. It requires passion, hard work, and resilience. Success is not about talent alone. It's about persistence. And remember this: the world you live in today was built by those who came before you. Now it's your turn to build what comes next. A modern rendering by Daniel Ladinsky, inspired by the 14th century Persian poet Hafez, says, "I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. Every one of you is a star shining in the sky, bringing beauty to our world. Every one of you can bring knowledge, kindness, and hope in this world. You are the light that Maine and the world needs right now. Go help humanity shine brighter, because you can. But as you build that future, build it with humanity, build it with integrity, and build it with care for our one shared home, the planet we all depend on. You are our future. With your light, make this world a better place. Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Musavi, and congratulations again on being named this year's Distinguished Maine Professor. The University of Maine System Board of Trustees oversees the management and operations of the University of Maine System, with its 7 member campuses, including this flagship university. It is a pleasure to have with us today board member Roger Cates. A graduate of Harvard University and Boston University School of Law, he has had a distinguished legal career in Augusta. He has served as president of the Maine Trial Lawyers Association, as well as 6 years as mayor of Augusta and 4 terms in the Maine State Senate. He understands the scope, scale, and impact of the University of Maine, and I am deeply grateful for his support and insight. Please welcome Trustee Cates.
Good afternoon, everybody. President Farini Mundy and distinguished members of the stage party, graduates, faculty, family and friends, and particular shout out to the faculty. Hopefully today makes you appreciate even more why you do what you do every day, so thank you. I do represent and bring the greetings of the Board of Trustees that oversees the 7 universities from Presque Isle to Portland. Over 700 of you getting degrees this afternoon, 700 different stories, different paths where you got here, but congratulations. You know, people say that Maine is just one big, small town, and I'd like to offer as Exhibit A for your consideration our speaker this afternoon, Tim Simons. Tim, as he'll tell you, grew up in Reedfield, which is about 10 miles from my hometown of Augusta. And Tim's dad, who was a great photographer, took my daughter's senior high school picture many years ago. And a bunch of my friends used to play basketball with Tim in a gymnasium built into a barn at a guy named Joe Edwards' house out in Reedfield. So it is one large small town. Lastly, let me just follow up something Dr. Musavi said, and that is, some of you may still be uncertain about exactly what career awaits you next week or next month or next year. That's hardly a new story. My father was one of those people, standing in line to get his bachelor's degree back at Tufts in 1942. He really didn't know what he was going to do. But in line going up to the stage to get his degree, he got talking with a guy behind him that he'd never met before that morning. That fellow told my dad that he was going down to enroll in the Army Air Corps, the predecessor of our modern Air Force. And by the time they got up to the stage, my father was interested himself, and the next morning he went down and he ended up enrolling. And it led to his first career as a military pilot and then eventually as a civilian pilot, and paved his way to move to Augusta, Maine. So the moral, I guess, is life works in strange ways. So when your row stands up to walk to the stage this afternoon, you might want to check with the person behind you. You never know what might happen. So again, congratulations to all of you. Enjoy this wonderful, wonderful day and the wonderful weekend ahead. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Trustee Cates. Now we would like to recognize Carol Dana, upon whom the University of Maine System Board of Trustees voted to confer an honorary doctorate of human letters. There is a video, okay, great. Carol could not be with us in person here today, so we brought the ceremony to her last week. This honorary degree is given in recognition of exceptional work in the humanities, particularly for substantial and sustained contributions to scientific knowledge. The University of Maine selectively chooses to award this degree to celebrate truly outstanding individuals who have made a significant impact on a specific field or to society through advancements, and Carol Dana has made that impact. She has dedicated her life to preserving, teaching, and revitalizing the Penobscot language, ensuring that it continues to be spoken, learned, and carried forward for future generations. A citizen of the Penobscot Nation and a proud University of Maine alumna, Carol earned both her bachelor's degree in education and her master's degree in education from this university. She has since become one of the foremost stewards of the Penobscot language and culture. For decades, she has taught learners of all ages, from young children to adults within the community, sharing not only vocabulary and grammar, but also the stories, traditions, and identity carried within the language itself. Her work has helped shape the future of language preservation in Maine and beyond. She played a key role in developing a standardized writing system for Penobscot, helped create an English Penobscot and Penobscot English dictionary, and recorded audio resources and educational materials that continue to support learners today. Carol Dana is also a gifted poet, storyteller, and traditional artist whose work has helped bring Penobscot stories and traditions to wider audiences through bilingual publications and literary works. In recognition of her extraordinary dedication, she received the Algonquian Language Conference Lifetime Achievement Award in 2010. Because of Dr. Dana's tireless efforts, the Penobscot language is not only remembered, but actively spoken, taught, and celebrated. Her work represents the very best of this university's mission, preserving knowledge, strengthening communities, and creating a better future through education and cultural understanding. Please join me in congratulating Carol Dana on this well-deserved honor. Now, I'm very excited to introduce an accomplished University of Maine alum, one that we are very proud to welcome back to campus for this special occasion. You already know Timothy Simons from his roles in Veep, Nobody Wants This, Scream 7, and many more movies and TV shows. A native of Reedfield, Maine, Tim graduated from here in 2001 with a degree in theater and credits his time at UMaine and his professor, Sandra Hardy, as his inspiration for going into acting and theater. We're thrilled that he's come back to his alma mater to share this day with us, and I'm sure with his credentials, he will be giving you a much more interesting speech than the one you heard from me. Please welcome our 2026 commencement speaker, Timothy Simons.
Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to thank God for all of his blessings. I live each and every day in the glory of his divine light. Oh, wait, no, hold on one second. It's just that I'm not actually particularly religious at all. I just thought that while I'm up here and I have all this attention, I just thought that I should cover my bases for later, you know, when the bill comes due. So God, yes, thank you. Also Yahweh, Allah, Odin the All-Father, Krishna, the Divine Mother, Satan, Lord of Darkness, that's my guy right there. The Bodhisattva, Christopher Nolan, the turtle that the flat earth rests on, and oh, there was this Stephen King book that came out a couple years ago, and I am sorry, I'm going to spoil the end of the book, but at the end you find out that the afterlife is just these giant ants, and they've been, the afterlife is just they torture and enslave humans for all of eternity. So I want to say thank you to the giant ants. Okay. My name is Timothy Simons. I'm a proud Maine native and a proud University of Maine graduate, and I'm an actor by trade. Paradoxically, I am wildly nervous about being here today, speaking in front of this many people. I am used to hiding behind the security blanket of writers and characters with a different name than my own, so this feels quite vulnerable. Despite that, I would like to note that I did not use AI to assist me in putting this speech together because I can't think of anything more insulting than make you sit here and listen to me read something that I did not bother to write. Cool. I'm going to steal a bit from an actor named Brian, who I saw do this in an award speech, and point out that I have an American Sign Language interpreter here today, and they have to say anything that I say. So, beta blockers, the Eiffel Tower. That is far too many eggs for one man to eat for breakfast. Okay, great job. Thank you. No, thank you. Don't thank me. Thank you. I should probably give you some of my background so you understand the context of the indefensible decision made by the university in asking me to be here. I grew up in Reedfield. It's a very small town outside of Augusta. My long-suffering parents, Ron and Susan, are here, as well as my brother Dan and my sister Lacey, who is also a UMaine graduate. To say that I came from an artistically leaning family might sell it short. My dad was a photographer. My mom is the funniest person I have ever met, and I have met a lot of funny people. My sister was a writer and a poet, and my brother is an exceptionally talented bluegrass musician here in Maine. And my brother and I look quite alike, so when I'm here, I'm constantly being mistaken for him, which annoys me to no end because I am verifiably more famous than he is. I was not an actor growing up, but I had a distinct talent for acting out. Please refer back to the description of my parents as long-suffering. I wasn't a terrible student, although I had moments where I flirted with that idea, and I was far more concerned with firing off bits during class than I was with learning anything out of my interest base, which at that time was movies, television, and indie bands. I was an aimless student, and when I came to UMaine, I had truly no idea what I should do with myself day to day, much less what I wanted to do with my life. And I'm assuming that they'll never ask me to speak here again, because they'll want to keep it fresh for you every year. So I'm going to make it count and ensure that they will never invite me back by telling you that it took me 5 years to graduate with a 4-year degree, and I spent a fair amount of my time here smoking cigarettes outside of Houck Auditorium and doing psychedelics by the Penobscot River. Now, I am assuming the faculty and most of your parents, especially the lame ones, will look at what I just said as a negative. But my time at this school is the reason that I have managed to do anything in my life. My timeline was what you would now call non-traditional, but back then we would have called it being a dumb idiot. I came here as a freshman thinking that I would study physics, that being one of the few purely academic classes I ever excelled at during high school. And this lasted 10 minutes into my Physics 101 class on my first day as a freshman, where I discovered that being good at physics in high school is quite different than being a physicist. I struggled my first semester here. I was having trouble making friends. I was deeply homesick. And although I had never really done theater in high school, I saw some audition announcements for the student-directed 10-minute plays. And I showed up, hoping to at least get myself out of my dorm room, and they went well. I had a good time, I met some rad people, and that led to the 30-minute shows in the spring, and by the beginning of my sophomore year, I had declared myself a theater major, and my ADHD-addled, hyper-focused brain took over. It took me 5 years to graduate because I threw myself into it so much that I didn't particularly care about any other classes. I had acting class, I had theater history, I was in plays, that's what I cared about. And when I went to speak to my advisor at the end of my third year, I told them, I'm going to be graduating next year. And they looked over my transcript and very clearly told me, no, you aren't. And in defense of the university, I'm sure someone at some point had mentioned the idea of credits to me, or the minimum amount needed to get to graduate, but that didn't have much to do with me. Some other nerd was going to have to figure that out. It was the fall of my sophomore year that I took my first class with Dr. Sandra Hardy, the matriarch of the acting program here. She was famously intimidating, as many first acting teachers are. The legend was that she cut her teeth performing in cabarets in New York City, and to kids from Millinocket and Caribou who hadn't seen much of anything south of Portland, we looked to her as a scion of culture. She introduced us to playwrights that we had never heard of, and of particular interest to me were the absurdists like Beckett and Ionesco. Sandra was full of contradictions. She would be apoplectic if you didn't know the intricate details of a play as it relates to your character, but would forget the details of the same show. She was consistently late for class, but would be furious if you weren't 10 minutes early. She'd illegally park her Jeep in front of the pavilion and stroll into class with a vibe of, "Why in God's name haven't we started yet?" Sandra was tough. If a scene wasn't going well, you knew it quickly. She would groan loudly if you were overdoing it, and sometimes you wouldn't get more than a few lines in before she would wave her arms in the air and shout, "Boring." Or she might stop you with a sound that went like whoop, 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 and ask if that was the level of effort you intended to put into all your work, because if so, you should learn how to dig a hole. There would be long, excruciating silences as you waited for feedback, where she would put her head in her hands and eventually look at you and say very simply, "Wrong." Or, even worse, "That was fine, but maybe you forgot that it was supposed to be funny." As tough as she was, I never had another teacher who I've learned more from or who was so personally invested in her students. She was a tornado of insults and criticisms, but she was also loving and joyful. She understood that the world we aspired to could be unforgiving, and while it could also be fulfilling beyond measure, it would never stand for mediocrity. So she prepared us for the inevitable onslaught of rejection we would receive, but at the same time, taught us the skills to build ourselves back up again. She would drop everything to talk to you about a scene you were having trouble with, guidance dealing with a classmate with whom you may not see eye to eye, or if you were simply struggling through your first quasi-adult relationship. Above everything else, Sandra stressed the importance of ensemble. She made sure that everyone knew, no matter their role in a show, that they were to be treated with respect, and that if everyone worked together, the show itself would be better for it. And that resonated with me, this type of community that Sandra spoke about. One where you could demand better from people because you knew they were capable, one that didn't shield you from the fact that this life would be hard, but one where you could celebrate your successes together. It wasn't if you got the job or not, it was if you worked up to your capability in your attempts. And I've been really lucky in my life to find these kinds of communities. I had that in my childhood, not only with my own family, but with the extended family we made through our parents' close friends. After I graduated, I moved to Chicago, a city that holds dear this same idea, that the play is the thing, and the individual should be celebrated, but that the point is that if we can make something bigger than ourselves, if we all walk in the same direction. I met my wife Annie there, a public school theater teacher who believes so strongly in that ideal that she has dedicated her life to teaching it. And together, we moved to Los Angeles. Now, Los Angeles is a city less famous for its belief in ensemble, but I managed to get a break on a show called Veep, filled with people who also had this mindset, and it continues today with the cast and crew of the show that I'm on now. Even beyond Sandra's influence, the university allowed me to see every aspect of stagecraft. I worked run crew on shows I wasn't in. I learned how to build sets in my work-study job in the scene shop, a skill that came to good use when I was starting out in Chicago, where I would work on build crews during the day and try to get cast in shows at night. I ran light boards and soundboards. I worked with graduate students on solo shows we would put together ourselves. And even beyond that, the program here forced me to take classes that I wasn't interested in, but ended up informing all my work moving forward. To be an actor, you have to need to know a little about a lot. You have to be versatile, and I found the beginnings of that in my education here. Hello. I am the American Sign Language interpreter for the commencement address at the University of Maine. I believe myself to be a person of integrity, so I need to take a moment to inform you that I am not a fan of Timothy Simons' work. I can understand why other people might enjoy it, but it is simply not for me. This is not an ill-informed joke that Tim wrote into his speech. These are my own feelings and do not reflect the opinions of the university. I don't know, it seems, I don't know why you're clapping. It was rude that she did that. A few things before I continue. I know that I work in a very different world than most people, but there's a few things I think I can encourage you to do as you go forward in your lives. But please take everything that I say with a grain of salt or ignore it completely, because honestly, what do I know? Nothing, probably. I am still trying to figure it out, all the same as you. It's not like whatever aphorisms I spit out today are going to be something you haven't heard before. Unfortunately, the old timers have been right about a few things, and as I've aged, I begrudgingly begin to accept that. Whatever your goals, whatever your ideas of success, that success will be on its own timeline. It's easy to look at someone else who may be further along and ask, why isn't that happening for me? And the answer is simple. Their timeline is different than yours. And envy and bitterness can creep in, but don't let it. My grandmother would say that the mills of the gods grind slowly, but they grind exceedingly fine, or more simply, that comparison is the thief of joy. I beg of you not to look at someone else's success as your failure. You might want a job that a friend of yours gets, and that sucks, but look at it from the view of it was theirs the whole time. It was waiting for them, just as what is right for you will be waiting. Celebrate them, be supportive, and surround yourself with people who do the same for you. Your time will come, and when it does, if you've lived a life of bitterness, there won't be anyone there to celebrate it with you. A good idea also can come from anywhere. In the movie Jaws, the line, "We're gonna need a bigger boat," started out as an inside joke on a set by frustrated crew members on a famously troubled production, and Roy Scheider improvised that line into a scene. David Mandel, our Veep showrunner, had a practice of doing blind joke submissions from everyone in the writer's room, and that led to one of our office assistants being promoted to a staff writer. As you move forward, don't dismiss ideas simply because they didn't come from someone with the proper title. There are hierarchies everywhere, and there's no reason to play into them. On set, there are PAs. It's the most entry-level and wildly maligned job there is, but those PAs all want to be writers or producers or directors, so one day you'll be asking them for a job, and they'll remember how you made them feel when you were kind in a moment that you didn't have to be, and I think that goes a long way. Try to take everything in your life seriously without being self-serious. Commit fully, even to the dumbest stuff like it's life or death. If you have chosen to do something, why not give it everything you have, even if it isn't everything you possibly have? If you are only operating on 30%, give 100% of 30%. This isn't about being unforgiving or psychotic. It's just treating the precious and dwindling time you are spending with the respect that it deserves, without giving over to pretension. I'll paraphrase my friend Bradley, an accomplished performer in both theater and film, who said that acting is an art, a craft, and a lifelong practice. It takes focus, determination, empathy, and it will never be perfected. But also, I've seen dogs be good at acting. This last one is a little bit harder to explain, but the world is chaotic and hard, and life can be short and cruel. So don't run from the chaos of it. Throw yourself into circumstances that you aren't ready for. You'll never be fully prepared for a new job, to move to a different city or state, or to have kids. Bravery isn't about not being afraid. Bravery is being afraid and doing it anyway. Like Tom in East of Eden, whom Steinbeck described as someone who got into a book, crawled around and groveled between the covers, tunneled like a mole among the thoughts, and came up with the book all over his face and hands. I implore you to be messy. Now, that might not be the best example, because Tom ultimately takes his own life because he gives his sister the wrong medicine to treat a stomachache and it kills her. But regardless, take big swings. Do inadvisable and scary stuff. For example, someday someone might offer you the opportunity to speak at the commencement of your alma mater, and you should say yes, even though you might have a bunch of panic attacks and wish you had never agreed, and then you write a speech in which you remind everyone, including your friends and family who are in attendance, that you took a stupidly long time to graduate and you did a bunch of acid. Now, the caveat here is that I understand that I came up in a very different age than you did, where everybody didn't have a video camera in their pocket looking to exploit and monetize your folly. But I still can't implore you enough to take risks. They won't guarantee success, but nothing so guarantees failure as not risking anything. Please be curious about other people's lives and other people's experiences. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but you will at some point age and die. And the only thing that I've found keeps me feeling young, despite my lower back pain and the audible clicks my knees make when I walk upstairs, is to foster that feeling of curiosity that the world tries to beat out of you. And more than anything, spend time with people that make you laugh. I have found nothing to be so therapeutic as that. For all the world's chaos and cruelty, laughter is the first and last defense against it. I'll conclude by telling you that in 2014, I made the trip back to the university after Dr. Sandra Hardy's passing. They had a celebration of her life in the orchestra hall in Minsky. Her partner, Joanne, and their daughter, Jade, had donated her library of plays to the school, but they put them on tables in the lobby for her former students to take them if there was one that was special to them. I found her copies of Rhinoceros and Waiting for Godot in the stacks, 2 shows by those absurdists that I connected with so much when I was a student. I still have them, and flipping through the pages there were a bunch of notes that she had scrawled in the margins, one of which just read carrots. And I don't know what she meant by that, because there's no mention of carrots in the scene where the note was taken. But I love that in true Sandra fashion, she would never give you the answer. She'd just point you in the direction and hope beyond all hope that you would eventually figure it out. That day in Minsky, celebrating her, I stood arm in arm with people I hadn't seen in years, people who were as moved in their lives by her as I was in mine. And whether or not they went on to make a living in theater didn't matter, and I'm sure it wouldn't have mattered to her. The point was to live a deep and full life, to learn from playwrights and actors and musicians and accountants and parking lot attendants and cooks what it meant to be alive, to accept the absurdity and the sadness and the exaltation of the moments you have before they're gone. Danny Williams, who's here today, led the celebration and ended it by standing us all up and making us sing the title song from the musical Cabaret. And if we were shy about singing, which I historically have been, he reminded us that Sandra would always say, sing. And if you can't sing, make a joyful noise. So thank you for having me. Congratulations to you and to your families, and good luck.
Thank you so much, Tim. Next, please welcome Student Government President and graduating senior Keegan Tripp. Majoring in political science with minors in sociology, leadership, and legal studies, Keegan has been a fierce advocate for the student body here at Maine the entire time he has been a student. Keegan, I so appreciate the partnership we've been able to develop with UMSG under your leadership, and I look forward to seeing your next chapter.
How are we doing, class of 2026? No, we can do a lot better than that. How are we doing, class of 2026? That's more like it. Hardy Maine, President Freddie Mundy, Trustee Cates, members of the stage party, family, friends, and fellow members of the class of 2026. I've thought a lot about what today is supposed to mean. And the truth is, it doesn't mean just one thing. Each of us experienced this university differently. Your first year dorm, or transfer dorm, or off-campus apartment, your first unexpected friend, or your first bad grade, your first UMaine goal in the Alphond, the first time you realized you had to figure out something all on your own. All of it led to something, and it may not have been apparent at the time, and now brought us here. And we're leaving. Not into something clear or predictable, but into a world that feels uncertain in ways that are impossible to ignore. A world where polarization shapes the way that we see each other, where the systems we rely on don't always feel steady, and where even the things closest to us can feel like they're shifting beneath our feet. That can feel overwhelming, and at times, it should. But when I look out at you now and think about what has kept us going, it hasn't been certainty. It's been each other. Over the past 4 years, I've had the privilege of watching fellow Black Bears lead in ways that don't always get recognized but matter all the same. I've watched students step up to guide their chapters and teams, share their passions through art and song, rebuild organizations that were barely holding on, and carry on university traditions that long predate them. I've seen them stand up for what they believe in, protest what's wrong, and support each other through loss of friends and tragedies, and show up for their community despite it all. Some led with speeches and op-eds, others with brotherly love and an expectation that we can be better. Some led just by showing up again and again, but what they all shared was a refusal to wait, a rejection of complacency and hopelessness. We chose to act. We chose to leave this place better than we found it. And that's what I hope we carry forward. Because it's easy to believe that change belongs to someone else, someone older, more experienced, wiser, more powerful, but time and time again, it has been people just like us who have proven otherwise. We are not too young, we are not too small, and we are not too late. Really, I think we're just on time. What we've learned here goes beyond classrooms or meeting spaces. We've learned that communities don't just exist, they are built, held together by people who care enough to try, who show up when it's inconvenient, who invest in one another when resources are thin, and choose to hope even when it feels like a risk. I would be remiss if I also didn't take the chance to say how grateful I am to the student body for giving me the chance to support this campus. Serving in this role gave me a front row seat to the care, diligence, and belief that so many of you brought to this place every day. It gave me a glimpse into parts of this campus that I otherwise would have missed. It has been an honor to give back to a community that has given me so much in return. So, as we step off the stage into whatever comes next, my hope is simple. Stay bold enough to act. Speak when it would be easier to stay quiet. Build when it would be easier to walk away. Show love and appreciation to the people who helped you get here, and hold on to a kind of hope that isn't passive, but something you create yourself, something you carry with you, something you're willing to stand behind. To the long nights, to the friendships that shaped us, and to the college of our hearts always, congratulations 2026, and thank you.
The university community honors its top students nominated by faculty and leadership of our graduating class. This year, 1 valedictorian and 2 salutatorians. Their full biographies are in your program, but let me give you some highlights of their outstanding academic careers and accomplishments here at the University of Maine. This afternoon, we get to hear from both of our co-salutatorians. First up is Isabel Irani from Spring, Texas, graduating from the Maine College of Engineering and Computing. Isabel is enrolled in a 4+1 combined bachelor's and master's program in biomedical engineering, so we are fortunate to get to keep her at least 1 more year. Isabel has truly embraced the opportunities available here at the University of Maine. She's been participating in research to develop sustainable lobster shell biomaterials. On top of her rigorous academic coursework and research, Isabel is an accomplished student athlete, competing on our Division I swimming and diving team. These experiences led her to found the UMaine chapter of The Hidden Opponent, a national nonprofit dedicated to athlete mental health and advocating for additional mental health services from the university. Please welcome 2026 co-salutatorian Isabel Irani.
Good afternoon, faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026. Before anything else, I want to thank a few people: my family, parents, friends, my girlfriend, as well as my teammates, advisors, and professors. I wouldn't be standing here without you. I think it's only fair to start with a confession. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Now I know that might not be the most reassuring thing to hear from your salutatorian. You'd probably prefer someone up here with a perfectly organized plan for their future. Spoiler alert, that is not me. In fact, for some reason, a lot of people seem to think I know exactly what I'm doing. Every time I hear that, I have the same reaction. I really don't. Sometimes this feeling hits me all at once, like a random Tuesday every month where I convince myself I've ruined my entire future, send a few quarter-life crisis texts, and then I wake up the next morning like nothing ever happened. And I think this experience may resonate with most, if not all of you. Somewhere along the way, we started to believe that in order to be successful and confident, we needed to have everything figured out, a clear plan for our future. But if the past 4 years have taught me anything, it's that real growth doesn't happen when everything is certain. It happens when it's not. The decisions that brought me here were often the ones I felt least sure about. The classes I wasn't sure I could handle, the opportunities I didn't feel qualified for, and the moments where I had to choose without knowing if it was wrong or right. And honestly, some of those choices did not go well, but those moments were still the most valuable. Not because they were perfect, but because they forced me to grow. When you don't know what you're doing, when you're uncertain, maybe even a little bit scared, you pay attention. You ask questions, you adapt, and you become more resilient. Not in spite of uncertainty, but because of it. Maybe the goal was never to eliminate uncertainty, but rather the goal was to learn how to move forward with it. For most of our lives, there has always been a next step laid out for us. Finish high school, go to class, take the class, pass the exam, enroll in the next class, and finally, graduate. There's always been structure. Today, that structure changes. Instead of a clear set of directions, we're met with something much less predictable: choice. What if you choose wrong? What if you fail? What if you're not ready? Those are all real questions. But the truth is, we've already been answering them for the past 4 years. We didn't need everything figured out to get here, and we don't need everything figured out to move forward. What if not knowing what we're doing isn't a weakness? What if it's actually the reason we're capable of more than we think? Our uncertainty creates opportunity. The opportunity to try new things, to change direction, and to grow into people we haven't figured out yet. Right now, it's completely acceptable and even encouraged that we don't have all the answers. We can explore, take risks, try, fail, and try again. When else in life are we given the freedom to be completely clueless? We tend to think success comes from having all the answers, but maybe success is built in the moments where we don't know what we're doing, but we take a step forward anyways. Instead of waiting until we feel completely ready, let's give ourselves permission to start, even if we have no idea what we're doing. Apply for the opportunity you don't feel qualified for, try something new, even if it might not work out, and change direction if something no longer works. Because the truth is, we're not meant to have everything figured out right now. We're meant to figure it out over time. So to the class of 2026, it's okay that we don't know exactly what we're doing. In fact, that might be what makes this moment so exciting. This isn't the end of a path, it's the beginning of one we finally get to shape ourselves. So congratulations, class of 2026, and remember, if you have no idea what you're doing, you're probably doing it right. Thank you.
Hold on. Okay, our next co-salutatorian is, well, I know who it is. Okay, sorry about that. Next, we get to hear from an equally accomplished graduate, one who has traveled far to be here and has become an extraordinary member of our vibrant UMaine community. Growing up in Western Ukraine, Andriy Obertas came to our university soon after the full-scale Russian invasion in February 22, navigating the difficulties of escaping a war and adjusting to life in a new country. But Andriy has overcome those challenges and excelled while here at UMaine. With dual degrees in mathematics and physics, Andriy has proven himself to be an academic powerhouse, engaging in research as an undergraduate in artificial spin ice lattices and working to optimize Wigner-D polynomials. Even as a former math teacher, I'm not going to try to put his work into layperson's terms. If his journey from Ukraine wasn't long enough, he has stayed on the road while making a home here, taking part in traveling physics demonstrations for school children to spark their interest in mathematics and science. We are also lucky to keep Andriy a while longer as he pursues his master's degree in mathematics with our 4+1 program. We look forward to seeing what the future holds for Andriy, and we are incredibly happy that UMaine has been an important waypoint on his path forward. Please welcome 2026 co-salutatorian Andriy Obertas.
Good afternoon and congratulations, class 2026. So this is it, the end of the chapter, the final moments of our student life. No more lectures, no more homework, no more exams or quizzes. And that's a little terrifying. But now not is a time for worry. This is a moment of joy and celebration. This is about us. We all have many fond memories to look back upon. We learned a great deal about life, both in the classroom and outside of it. We made new friends, had fun, and made mistakes. We achieved new heights and occasionally embarrassed ourselves. We've done things we are very proud of, and some things not so much. We will remember these moments for the entire life to come. Now, not every day was perfect. And let's be honest, getting here was not easy. It wasn't easy for me for certain. There were days when the sun was not shining so bright and giving up felt very tempting. There were times when I had to go back and fix the mistakes that I have made. And I know that I'm not the only person like this here. In fact, I doubt there is a single human being in here who haven't struggled at some point before, over the last couple of years. We might have all shared the same journey, but each of us faced a different set of challenges along the way. And yet, we made it. Now, every one of us can look in the mirror and proudly say, you persevered in the face of adversity. You kept going despite moments of doubt. You succeeded, and you are amazing. Every single person in here is amazing. We proved our grit, our determination, and resolve. We reached a major milestone. But our work is not over. For we have inherited a wonderful world. Yes, it is imperfect. Yes, it is full of injustice and hardships. But it is also full of hope and beauty and full of opportunities that exist only because of those who came before us. A world worth protecting. Now, this world belongs to us. And it is our responsibility to leave it better than we found it. It may sound daunting, but I am confident that we are more than capable for this task. It is always the youth who stepped up and strived for the better future. Our parents did it before us, and their parents did it before them. They walked these footsteps before us, and so can we. In fact, we have already begun to do so. As students, we have given our time, supported our communities, and worked to make a difference. These efforts have already left a meaningful impact. Yet none of this would have been possible without the support of our professors, mentors, and peers here at the University of Maine. It is a simple reality of life that no single person can change the world alone. And now, as we move forward, it is more important than ever to take care of each other, to check on your friend at their lowest and to celebrate with them at their highest, to forgive minor slights and to be patient with one another. Only united can we make a difference, and only through the empathy we can build a better future. Simply by being in this country, we already have more power than most people on this planet. And with our degrees, even more doors are open to us. We are young, we are educated, and we are empowered. We are ready for what comes next. And what comes next is ours to decide. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Please congratulate Isabel and Andre, who will receive the first diplomas in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and the Maine College of Engineering and Computing. So please come forward, Isabel and Andre. We will now recognize our Honors College students. To do that, please welcome Dr. Ellen Weinauer, Dean of the Honors College.
Would all students graduating from the Honors College please stand and remain standing? President Farini Mundy and guests, I am pleased to recognize these students as Honors College graduates. As members of the Honors College, they have completed a rigorous program of study that culminates in a work of original research, scholarship, or creative activity, an honors thesis. We are so deeply proud of our graduates who contribute in so many ways to our campus, our communities, and the work of knowledge creation that is so central to the University of Maine mission. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding students for their achievements. You may be seated.
Next, I call on University of Maine's Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Gabrielle Paquette, for recognition of our ROTC cadre and our student athletes.
Good afternoon. Thank you, President Farini Mundy. Military training has been a part of the University of Maine for more than 140 years. Each spring, the commissioning of officers into the Army, Navy, and Marine Corps is a valued experience. The ROTC programs on campus help students develop discipline, physical stamina, skills in leadership, teamwork and management, and other qualities essential to success. The ROTC staff and instructors draw from decades of valuable experience to teach these cadets and midshipmen what it means to be a leader in today's modern military. I invite the ROTC graduates, along with the dedicated officers and staff who guide them, to please stand as you are able. Thank you. Please be seated. As the state's only Division I program, the University of Maine takes pride in the excellence, opportunity, and inclusiveness we offer through our athletics department. Thanks to our outstanding leadership, coaching staff, loyal fans, and generous support of the Harold Alfond Foundation, and many other donors, we are able to enhance the student experience and continue strengthening the future of Black Bear Nation. I would now like to invite all student-athlete graduates to stand or wave and be recognized for not only the hard work they have displayed in their respective sports, but also for their dedication to academic excellence. Please be seated. And now, for the very reason we are here today, graduates, family members, friends, and distinguished guests. This is the moment our students have worked so diligently to reach. The conferral of degrees represents not only the completion of academic study, but also the beginning of a new chapter filled with opportunity, responsibility, and purpose. We will now begin with the presentation of candidates for degrees, and I invite Ezekiel Kimball, Dean of the College of Education and Human Development, to present the candidates for degrees.
Thank you, Provost Paquette. On behalf of the faculty of the College of Education and Human Development, I am honored to present the candidates who have completed all the requirements for their degrees. Will the candidates from the College of Education and Human Development please rise? These students have demonstrated remarkable commitment and achievement throughout their time with us. I proudly recommend that they be awarded their respective degrees with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Kimball. I now invite Dean Emily Haddad of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences to present the next group of candidates.
Thank you, Provost Paquette. On behalf of the faculty of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, I am honored to present the candidates who have completed all the requirements for their degrees. Will the candidates from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, except for students in the School of Computing and Information Science, please rise? These students have demonstrated remarkable commitment and achievement throughout their time with us. I proudly recommend that they be awarded their respective degrees with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Haddad. I now invite Dean Giovanna Guidoboni of the Maine College of Engineering and Computing to present the next group of candidates.
Thank you, Provost Paquette. Together with the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, on behalf of the faculty of the Maine College of Engineering and Computing, we are honored to present the candidates who have completed all the requirements for their degrees. Will the candidates from the School of Computing and Information Science please rise? These students have demonstrated remarkable commitment and achievement throughout their time with us. I proudly recommend that they be awarded their respective degrees with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Please be seated. And now, on behalf of the faculty of the Maine College of Engineering and Computing, I am honored to present the candidates who have completed all the requirements for their degrees. Will the candidates from the Maine College of Engineering and Computing please rise? These students have demonstrated remarkable commitment and achievement throughout their time with us. I proudly recommend that they be awarded their respective degrees with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Guidoboni, and thank you, Deans. Upon receiving the recommendation from each of our deans, I now ask all candidates for degrees to please rise once more. President Farini-Mundy, as Provost and on behalf of the faculty and academic leadership of the University of Maine, I confirm that these candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I have the distinct honor of presenting them to you so that they may have the respective degrees conferred upon them.
Thank you, Provost Paquette. Upon your recommendation, and on behalf of the trustees of the University of Maine system, I hereby confer on each of these candidates the degree for which they have been recommended, with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Graduates, as a symbolic gesture of your transition from student to degree holder, I now invite you to move your tassel from the right to the left. On behalf of the entire University of Maine community, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2026. We are proud of you and we look forward to the future that you will shape. In testimony of this act, I invite you to please come forward, not yet, one row at a time, upon signal from the university marshals. All others should please be seated. Please return to your seat after receiving your diploma and remain seated for the entire ceremony out of respect for your fellow graduates. Thank you.
The College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Dean Emily Haddad. Julia Bacchetti. Aidan Clay. Max Comas. Connor Boucher. Margaret Brown. Allison Bishop. Natalie Bethany. Owen Besh. Elijah Bigelman. Lindsay Baker. Riley Oksher. Javier Anhumada. Sama Ali. Chantel Flores. Rory Kumi. Julia Carpenter. Haley Connor. Ricky Cleghorn. Julia Cochran. Miguel Camacho. Grace Broughton. Hans Bucher. Mary Cross. Elaine Booty. Dale Hubbard. Jude Brzezowski. Caden Barnes. Drayden Willett. Colin Crosby. Casper Cowan. Ruby Day. Morgan Bill. Brooke Cooper. Obadiah Casperson. Hannah Brown. Hayden Buzzle. Casey Cormier. Joshua Gondelman. Rowan McDonald. Jonathan Williams. Harrison Connors. Jonathan Harper. Dylan Carpenter. Emily Bontatabas. Penelope White. Larissa Agostino. Madeline Frenette. Annie Bickerstaff. Adrian Pierce. Jackson Smith. Natalie Dean. Hannah Duty. Abigail Donnelly. Emma Dion. Nathan Devaney. Piper Gallipo. Riley Day. Sarah Gabrielle David. Emma Fish. Grace Farrar. Natalie Garcia. Catherine Doucette. Aaron Larson. Tyler Levesque. Jenna Bard. Christopher Farinella. Alexander Emery. Margarita Fairfield. Caden Erner. Adam Dugray. Kayla Delisle. Taylor Lorelei Doobie. William Kiefer. Benjamin Grossman. Killian Gribben. Lucas Greifzu. Michael Giles. William Fournier. Maeve Fogarty. Rachel Gross. Jackson Gamble. Ryan Tarr. Logan Gardner. Kira Rogers. Abigail LeBlanc, Lindsay Feeney, Sarah Duffy, Maisie Wyrick, Emma Ridman, Sophie Knox, Emma Halley, Madeline Buzzle, Ella Hubbard, Maggie Helms, Quincy Hepburn, Michael Hamilton, Zachary Hart, Margaret Castelline, Kyle Ricker, Kobe Johnson, Jenna Casper, Avery Richard, Samuel Ivy, Peyton Stevens, Mallory Landry, Cassandra Gardaki, Samuel Hutchins, Madeline Howarth, Annabelle Richard, Alexandra Martin, Elizabeth Collins, Madison Howlett, Kylie Hornberger, Maxim Hill, Shane Harriman, Asia Dubé, Thomas Gao, Emma Condor Woulette, Cherise Lemieux, Raymond Q, Delana Kessler, Ryan Kennedy, Michael Kennedy, Patrick Johnson, Caleb Keebler, Alexa Kennedy, Kyle James, Chelsea Johansson, Evangeline Jung, Maya Ireland, Louise Hartwell, Kayan Jacksa, Samuel Mather, Serena Martin, Gabrielle Martin, Carlos Lopez Garcia, Annie Lohler, Ashley Mason, Allison Lawn, Jenna Lessard, Alexander LeMay, Dylan Lehman, Keegan Tripp, Nicole LeBlanc, Rosemary Lavin, Ashley Latham, Lauren Lancaster, Sarah Kreft, Curtis Morgan, Mary Ratliff, David Olette, Allison Willett, Sloan Paul, Vi Nelson, Lillian Murray, Robert Moxham, Ian McDonald, Melenik McCunnan, Haley Metzger, Jenna McGrath, Jack McGlincy, Kylie McCafferty, Jacob McBride, Jane Schmidt, Victoria Shane, Melanie Rose, Madison Oliver, Emily Paradise, Grace Robinson, Morgan Ramsey, Andrew Richard, Audriana Prentice, Catherine Poulin, Lauren Poulin, Anna Penza Clive, Finn Peterson, Jack O'Shea, Michael Dockery, Dominic Sola, Joshua Smith, Aiden Singh, Alexander Richard, Eugene Smalley, Alejandro Snell, Emily Slahetka, Sophie Shortsleeves, Gabriella Sheetreat, Wayne Wolf Shaw, Nathan Schwartz, Brooke Soboleski, Shelby Purslow, Nathan San Pedro, Liliana San Pedro, Riley Sullivan, Adriana Stein, Simon St. Peter, Olivia Small, Olivia Skibby, Brooke St. Laurent, Kimberly Spears, Danica Soul, Laurel Dorr, Madeline Cassian Smith, Katie Grace Teague, Neil Phillips, Christopher Solak, Jacob Weglars, Marie Violette, Anna Underwood, Jordan Thompson, Sophie Teamy, Nathan Sumner, Declan Sullivan, Sophia O'Lory, Sarah Nowetner, Haley Tracy, Keelan Vobel, Jordan Wolf, Sarah Talon, Esta Blaunfelt, Zoe Zellhart, Natalie Zanke, Ryan Young, Haley Young, Emma Yahiawi, Isaiah Wright, Aaron Wilkinson, Maya Wolverton, Tyler Williams, we are joined now by Dean of the Maine College of Engineering and Computing, Giovanna Guidaboni. Sharifullah Abed. Arias Ahmad. Israq Arafat, Alexander Ayer, Aiden Cabral, Ryan Brown, Luke Charpentier, Caroline Contento, Amaya Donaldson, Megan Fay, Alexander Hodgkins, Camden Benet, Frank Albert, Avery Haskell, Catherine Fletcher, Maria Erlasher Scalzer, Tyler Edwards, Wesley Dumas, Xander Dufour, Vincent Catronio, Roman Brown, Griffin Enstrom, Trevor Fanara, Teo Montgomery, Jay Fulton, Caitlin Moykins, Aiden McLaughlin, Maria Maximenko, Liv Anderson, Joshua Lopez, Vincent Lin, Emmanuel Lenge, Robert Kulo, Corey Aras Kalenas, Dean Hauser, Brianna Gannett, Cornal Govea, Drew Marichek, Rebecca Sonneman, Brett Palmer, Monica Agnetta, Benjamin Karras, George Pitt, Tess Nunes, Grace Murray, Theodore Morin, Brian Sturdivant, Cooper Steppenque, Ethan Morin, Gregory Michaud, Brennan Tinsavu, Caleb Thurston, Ethan Sutterly, Patrick Storer, Dennis Kevin Simost Simamata, Alexander Sharon, Hunter Savaris, Noah Rushing, Garrett Rummery, Bryce Roy, Surav Pokrail, Walker Phillips, Benjamin Yandel, Ethan Wyman, Isaac Worcester, McCade Wing, Sarah Termel, Braden Craig, okay. The Maine School of Engineering and Computing, Dean Giovanna Guidaboni. Ryan Abedi, Tyler Adams, Tyler Afonso, Seth Allen, Samuel Bach. Taylor Astle. Zachary Bailey. Jacob Bentley. William Brady Barry. Ella Baldwin. Mitchell B. Jessica Altamore. Riley Beneke. Thomas Berry. Joshua Berryman. Peter Birch. Bryce Bittner Chi Hing. Jack Butaw. Aaron Artega. Ethan Boardman. Zachary Bragdon. Scott Bowden. Elijah Breton. Timothy Brienza. Matthew Doucette. Holden Rodson. Satate Chork. Blaine Shaw. Michael Polistretti. Jack Blaze. Henry Butler. Maddox Godzik. Benjamin Thrasher. Samuel Dufresne. Sidney Gamage. Nicholas Frazier. Tyler Murray. Michael Hamill. Jack Riddle. Quinn DeMerchant. Ryan Nelson. Aaron Connolly. Aiden Bryant. Samuel Paquin. Jonah Byam. Ryan Caetano. Eric Christopher. Dylan Burbridge. Shay Clark. Samuel Goodspeed. Joshua Prescott. Tucker Carey. Lucas Carrier. Mason Chassie. Sean Collins. Benjamin Cobb. Annabelle Collins. Maria Erlosher Scalzer. Clark Condon. Aiden Cooper. Dominic Curcio. Owen Callahan. Shay Decoto. Matthew DeCoster. Abriel Davis. Nolan Davis. Griffin Dedman. Corey Denon. Garrett Dickinson. Christian Gaudette. Seth Dixon. Cody Chute. Jack Buffard. Callahan Yeager. Alexander Grover. Jacob Musica. Mason Hopkins. John Driscoll. Jacob Doobie. Aria Duguay. Iris Dunham. Catherine Ellingson. Anna Eugene. Benjamin Fecto. Wyatt Fessler. Michael Fletcher. Atticus Foster, Andrew Goodwin, Cole Guimond, Joseph Genko, Spencer Grow, Aiden Hall, Gabriel Hall, Catherine Gross, Nicholas Giandria, Oscar Gustafson, James Gould, Derek Roy, Aylin Hajiabulich. One more time. Hajiabulich. Mason Forrest, Austin Speed, Swaroop Hendral, Trace Harris, Alicia Havey, Brett Hetrick, Zachariah Hoft, Chase Hentosh, Lauren Howitt, Casey Howell, Augustus Hoy, Tyler Reben, Jacob Hutchins, Nathan Knackman, Matthew Jones, Caden Kowalski, Berke Sabaz, Kenzie Karpinski, Uber Kaulil, Cadence Cluck, Peter Kelton, Allison Kitchens, Abel Kouassi, Ash Lane, Cameron Laverdiere, Garen Lawhead, Nicholas Levitt, Nicholas Lenfest, Philip Vissering, Jacob Levesque, Owen Lewis, Wyatt Light, Rita Mae Lillian, Kelvin Lynn, Nathaniel Lowry, Noah Ludwig, Eric Mabry Jr., Lee Roland Ladd, Lee Machado, Alexander Marchand, Bradley McLaughlin, Jacob Mativier, Adam Martell, Benjamin Mock, Christopher Persinger, Devin Pauley, Eric Simmons, Aidan McSwain, Zachary St. Pierre, Ian Meserve, Madison Martz, Barzilai Mbui, Isaac Misko, James Mastriani, David Meacher, Jackson Maynard, Devin McGonigal, Theogene Enjkuli Kiikua, Weston Hartley, Wesley Clements, Samuel Scala, Cody Charette, Catherine Novak, Madeline Nussline, Cooper Barrett, Aiden Pardue. Patrick Parsatoon. Hunter Pellerin. William Bourgeois. Gage Boudreau. Colby Meisner. Connor Hall. Samuel Flannery. Max Cruz. Colin Scobie. Anders Saylor. Nicholas Bancroft. Daniel Pruce. Nicholas Landry. Aaron O'Connell. William Ponzio. Alvin Robeshaw. Alexander Pareja. Sawyer Richard. Dylan Roach. Izzy Pulias. Liana Poole. Cece Saltisack. Ian Redstone. Damon Morris. Owen Muller. Naomi Smith. Caitlin Fleeson. Emily Lucas. Chloe Redfield. Austin Berry. Isaiah Reynolds. Ethan Watts. Julian LaPetra. Daniel Blanda. Tanner Hennon. Andrew Bushnell Jr. Joseph Thorpe. Shannon Austin. Olivia Britton. Samuel Robinson. Madeline Tupper. Seneca Harmon. Gavin Kirkland. Jacob Carroll. Alden Verrill. Benjamin Purse. Jillian Rovers. Garrett Hutchins. Lawrence Robeson Jr. Dominic Muscatel. Devin Robichaux. Christian Ferrante. Samuel Layton. Brooke Toole. Olivia Stewart. Ella Boxall. Sylvia Davids. Colin Harris. Benjamin Coviello. Noah Thackeray. Ethan Handley. Alexander Reed. Adam Reed Jr. Kyler Potter. Luke Lawrence. Tyler Riley. Benjamin Schmidt. Ryan Roy. Parker Reynolds. Ryan Robinson. Haley Ronco. Amanda Poulin. Lily Smith. Sarah Rosen. Jordan Potter. Paul Rudman. Aiden Shields. Dylan Shields. Gavin Sparks. Jaden Spalding. Leo Steinbarger. Derek Stoddard. Gregory Struble. Noah Sullivan. Alex Sharkowitz, Alwyn Tabor, Cade Tooker, Ryan Trottier, Owen Tall, Karun Varghese, Timothy Walker, Benjamin White, Aaron White, Mackenzie White, Carl Wilson, Matthew Wilson, Martin Young, Alexander Zasso, Nicholas Zuparoli, Mark Zurob, Isabel F. Puccio, one more. We've saved the best for last. You ready? The College of Education and Human Development, Dean Ezekiel Kimball. Morgan Badger. Miranda Batchelder. Hamida Abdallah Al-Darwish. William Bissonette. Hannah Marie Blackwood. Carson Blake. Carmen Braden. Rachel Brask. Matthew Chadbourne. Ibrahim Conte. Colleen Corrigan. Audra Brooks. Emma Shute. Jasmine Coombs. Ian Chronister. Rebecca Grisdale. Mia Carney. Olivia Henderson. Ethan Shaw. Gabrielle Sutherland. Elizabeth Doucette. Elizabeth Dunn. Lucy Clingham Eldridge. Caitlin Evans. Kaylee Fleming. Megan Young. Blair Fortin. Emma Fortin. Gabriel Pelletier. Alyssa Huff. Riley Gavigan. Natalie Curry. Madeline Greenshaw. Talia Harvey. Mackenzie Greenlaw. Josephine Pesey. Lindsay Kelly. Jamari Gibson. Landon Hyde. Madeline Johnson. Callista Morris. Sylvia Valentine. Jasmine Knapp. Hadley Hayward. Natalie Fawcett. Cassidy Fish. Anne Labonte. Kasha Camille Surdy. Faith Chikaris. Madison Hedrick. Justin Micah. Declan Knowlton. Dylan Gerlon. Ethan Crawford. Itsuki Matsuyama. Owen Richards. Laura Martin. Megan Griffith. Wade Marsh. Bella Brown. Adria Barrows. Jaden Carpenter. Madison DeJardin. Natalie Embolzano. Sarah Stutzman. Hannah Higgins. Benjamin Johnston. Riley Keaton. Elias Howard. Christopher Kelly. Aiden Schechter. Callianne Kim. Peter Diorio. Andrea Kondax. Emily Knutson. Emily Kidd. Ilana Berkovitz. Rebecca Long. Karina Gotti. Audrey Levitt. Margaret Hamill. Jenna Lobdell. Madison Ritchie. Audrey Peters. Leah Santon. Emily Lasquadro. Audrey Concannon. Anna Skaggs. Stella Pattershall. Olivia Kendall. Lauren Monson. Samantha Ney. McKenna Mutz. Caitlin Machinsky. Jaden Norton. Ava Curran. Nalia Ann McBride. Kaylee Kestner. Candace Lamkins. Abigail Townsend. Sarah Helen. Ryan McAtee. Rhiannon McCutcheon. Ella Reichard Vasher. Sean McKibben. Abigail Huckel. Olivia Odapesa Harim. Angel Melvin. Olivia Ciano. Carly Philbrook. Ava Rastello. Joseph Ray Smith. Haley Roberts. Samantha Santana. Abe Santanello. Aaliyah Sapiel. Alexis Rideout. Laura McCollum. Isabella Roberts. Sophia Ava Ouellette. Cassidy Page. Hunter Town. Charlie Tucker. Alexander Short. Blake Springer. Michaela Spooner. Emma Tupper. Madison Hand. Jillian Cody. Samantha Shardello. Rory Leach. Graydon Wellman Webster. Nicholas Ritchie, Evan Wallace, Gray Vanderwood, Lacey Velasquez, and Bethany West.
Thank you. At this point in the program, the President gives a charge to the graduates. I simply implore you to take the risks and seize the opportunities already coming your way to help others and to create positive change in the world. You can be confident in what you have experienced here at UMaine. It will be a foundation for you. You have the tools, the knowledge, and the networks to choose what you would like to try next. Stay open to the possibilities. Know that you will continue to seek your tomorrows over a lifetime. Thank you for helping UMaine discover our tomorrow as you embark on yours. Congratulations. This concludes the University of Maine's 224th commencement ceremony. I want to thank Professor and Conductor Dr. Philip Edelman and the ceremonial brass. Music Director, yes, we can thank them. Music Director and Name Reader, Danny Williams. Accompanist Sky Cust and the members of the Black Bear Men's Chorus. Timothy Simons. Trustee Roger Cates. The University of Maine ROTC Color Guard, and all who were involved in making this ceremony a wonderful event. Will the audience, thank you. Will the audience please rise as you're able and remain standing as the stage party, faculty, and graduates leave the arena, and please join the Black Bear Men's Chorus in singing the Maine Stein song. Thank you.